medicine that trains your body to fight any foreign agents.
Plants are helpful for the ecosystem.
It's an electronic device for storing and processing data.
The nervous system is all the collection of nerves in your body.
Yeast is a eukaryote.
Welcome to Spectacular Science, where it's all about science, with your host, Akshay.
Hey listeners, welcome back to this episode of Spectacular Science. I'm your host, Akshay. Okay, it's time to go to the dentist for my 6-month checkup. Okay, wish me luck, but I've been brushing my teeth every day. But I've always wondered what teeth are and how they actually grow. I should ask my dentist, Dr. Amy Desai, about teeth and all the questions I have about teeth. And I'll also know if my brushing and my flossing has paid off. Okay, time to go to a dentist's office. I'll meet you there, listeners. Okay, I'm finally here. Now time to open the door. Oh, and there is Dr. Desai. Let me go say hi. Hi, Dr. Desai.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited. So, can you please introduce yourself to the listeners?
Sure. So I'm Dr. Amy Desai. I'm a general dentist here in Swanee, Georgia. I've been in this office for 6 years, but I've been practicing for over 20 years.
Wow, that's so cool. So now to dive straight into teeth, because I'm kind of nervous because today's my dental appointment, but I have to tell you, I've been brushing my teeth every day, so hopefully everything turns out well.
I'm sure it will. No, glad you're here.
So what are teeth and what are they made of?
So teeth actually have a nerve and blood supply that a lot of people don't realize. So that's the middle of the tooth, and that's called the pulp. And then surrounding that, the tooth has the dentin, which is the more yellow or more sensitive part of the tooth. But luckily, that dentin is then covered by enamel, and enamel is the whiter part of your tooth, and that one gives you more protection against cold and cavities, things like that. It's a much stronger material.
Wow, that's really cool that the tooth has layers, like a layer cake.
Yep.
So what are the different types of teeth?
Sure. So you've got, unfortunately, we only get 2 sets. So we've got the baby teeth, the primary teeth, and then those are replaced by the adult teeth, usually by about age 12. So 2 sets of teeth. As far as the different types, well, you've got the front, the anterior teeth, which have the canines, the pointy ones, the front teeth, the incisors to bite into. Kind of in the middle is the premolars, and then your back teeth are your molars that you use to chew with.
Wow, so they're like different types of teeth that help us with different functions, like when we're eating and all that.
Correct. Yeah, it depends what you're eating, whether you're using to bite into something on front teeth or chew on the back teeth.
Wow, that's really cool. So how do all these teeth grow?
Well, actually, your teeth start forming back in the embryo, so very early on, and later, as the adult teeth, they're little tiny tooth buds that are underneath these baby teeth, and as they start to grow, they push the baby teeth out, and that's where the permanent teeth then take over.
Wow, that's really interesting. So why is dental hygiene very important?
Well, dental, a few reasons. It's very important. Our teeth are very important, and so to keep them healthy, you got to make sure you're taking care of them, because unfortunately, there's bacteria that live in the mouth also, and they're fighting to eat the sugar that you eat also. And if you leave that sugar behind on your teeth, the bacteria start eating that sugar, and then they release acids when they're eating that sugar. When they're metabolizing that sugar, they kind of secrete or release acids, and those acids will break down your teeth, and you can get holes in your teeth or cavities, which we obviously don't want. You want to have a healthy smile.
Yep. So how do dentists get rid of these cavities? So let's say I have a cavity. How do you get rid of those?
Sure. Well, um, it's as basic as kind of drilling out that cavity and then putting in a filling to replace the bad or the soft part of the tooth. So then that filling stays in place. Now, if the filling gets too big, well, then that tooth can become weak. So then you might even need a crown, and a crown covers that tooth and makes it even stronger and bite.
Wow, so there are different ways to basically treat a cavity.
Correct. Right. Depending on how big that cavity is. Because teeth are important for a few reasons. One, obviously, we need them to eat, so for function. We need them for cosmetics, for smiling. It's important, but then also for our facial features. They hold up our cheeks. Otherwise, you'd kind of have a more drooping face. So important for cosmetics, and then important for speech too. It's hard to form certain sounds without teeth, so you definitely want a healthy set of teeth.
Yep. And why do older adults sometimes get their teeth like removed, or why do they fall out sometimes?
So it's either one of two reasons usually. It's going to be either because they were cavitied and the cavities were too big. And at that point, if you're only left with a root, even a crown won't save that tooth. So unfortunately, then it has to be removed. Or if it's gum disease. So it kind of depends on the type of bacteria found in the mouth, because gum disease, that just eats the foundation of the tooth up. So now you get loose teeth. And then when you have no bone to hold those teeth up, unfortunately, you have to remove these loose teeth because they become infected.
Oh no, I hope I don't have to do that because I brush my teeth every day. So hopefully it'll all turn out well.
That's very important. So it is important to make sure you're brushing morning and at night. You want to go to tell my patients you want to go to bed with a healthy mouth, because otherwise those bacteria those cavity bugs are gonna have a party in your mouth while you're asleep, and with everything that you ate throughout the day. So very important to go to bed with a clean mouth. If nothing else, I understand you might be tired before you go to bed. If nothing else, use a fluoride rinse. Fluoride fights those bacteria, makes your teeth stronger. But ideally, you're brushing, flossing, and using a fluoride rinse before you go to bed.
Yep, I'm definitely going to do that. And I've been doing that, so I will be very upset if I have cavities. Get out of there, bacteria.
That's right.
So what advice do you have for kids to help them maintain their dental hygiene and keep their teeth healthy?
So what we were talking about earlier, making sure you're brushing at least twice a day. Start using those floss sticks. You don't have to use actual floss, just the floss stick. Real quick, go through there. Use that fluoride rinse. But then you're going to need professional help also. So getting your teeth cleaned professionally, going to a dentist every 6 months is ideal, because those X-rays may show cavities that are starting between the teeth that you wouldn't know or couldn't see otherwise.
Wow, those are some really great tips. Thank you so much for talking to me, Dr. Desai. I learned so much about teeth.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah, happy to do it.
All right, so now it's the moment of truth. How are my teeth, Dr. Desai?
You passed with flying colors. Good job.
Yes! Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We'll see you again in 6 months.
Okay. Yup, definitely. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spectacular Science. Spectacular Science is produced and hosted by me, Akshay J. Raman. Our theme song is by Charan Ramachandran. Thank you so much, Dr. Desai, for accepting this interview invite. I learned so much about teeth. And thank you so much for that advice on dental hygiene. Also, special thanks to Varun Ramachandran. Please visit my podcast website, spectacularsci.com, to find interactive activities, blog posts, articles, and all of our episodes. You can also find the link to sign up for the Spectacular Science membership, where you get lots of bonus content to keep you thinking about science. My favorite of those is the fact of the day, when you get a fun science fact every day. Sign up at spectacularsci.com/membership. Please follow or subscribe to this show on any podcasting platform or wherever you're listening right now. It really encourages me when you subscribe, and it means a lot. Thank you so much. I always love hearing from my listeners about science, and I just love interacting with my listeners. So please contact me at spectacularsci.com/contact or email me using the link posted on the page. Thank you so much for listening to this episode, and we'll see you on the next episode of Spectacular Science next week. Keep thinking about science.